Hello there. I thought I'd talk a little bit about sleeping bags. I am done with quilts. I'm done with hoodless sleeping bags. I'm going back to mummy bags. Mummy bags are just so much warmer. And I'll go over a couple reasons why I think that is. So this is a Zpacks 5-degree standard width, which means about 60 inches this way. And it's a long, which in the bag world, it usually means 6'6". So I'm 6 foot, and but I always buy 6'6" bags because I put water bottles down on the bottom. It's going to be freezing, or put clothes that I'm going to wear in the morning so that they're not just ice cold too. So one of the reasons that quilts work so good is because they are light. Yes, I will give them that. They are light, and they compress pretty well. Now I've gone to a compression sack. Sea to Summit has newer, lightweight ones that I believe are 2 ounces. They're thin, kind of a sealed nylon, and they can compress almost any bag down to nothing. So there were worries about compressing down too far. These are both down. I asked that question to Joe at Zpacks, and he said, don't worry about it, because when they get the down from the manufacturer, the supplier, it's compressed down into a just tiny ball. So he said, don't worry about that. So I'm not worrying about compressing down. Now I don't need it compressed for weeks, probably an overnight, 2 nights, or if you compress it over and over again, but you let it unfold at night, it's fine. So one of the reasons quilts are tough is because drafts. Man, drafts are a biggie. Now, most of the old sleeping bags have a draft collar, the mummy style. This does not. This has a small, where is it? Small elastic cord. Now, Joe, if you're watching this, please go put in a beefier cord, because when it's really cold and you're trying to crank this down around your head, so you're like, oh, it's so cold, then this little cord is not enough. Number 2 is that most mummy bags have a baffle along the zipper. This does not. Baffle free. So the idea is you're supposed to sleep on it so that if this is the bottom, then you turn the zipper this way and you kind of crawl into it like a sausage, which makes it very difficult at 3 a.m. If it's not that cold, you can always turn it on the side like this, and then just zip it out as you need to. So this bag is about 27 ounces. This is a 5-degree bag. They don't make that now. Their most heavy bag is a 10-degree bag. But saying that, I think it got down to 28 degrees on Fuller Ridge last winter, and it was cold. So if this is rated for 5 degrees, I know there's comfort and there's survival. So most bags are rated for survival, which means where would you die if you went down to 1 degree less. Comfortable, it's about, a 5-degree bag is probably about 32 degrees, 34 degrees. It was so cold on the PCT last summer, every night. One of the guys I hiked with just said he was only warm 2 nights the entire trip, and he had a quilt. And yes, I'll go over that. They make quality quilts, no doubt about it. They make a way to lash the quilt down underneath the sleeping pad, and a lot of people can do it. Maybe I just sleep cold. I don't know what it is, but it is cold, and I don't feel like I'm a big cold sleeper. I feel like I'm a normal sleeper. Some people can sleep on bare dirt and when it's really cold and they feel fine. I'm not that guy. And man, what is more important than sleep after you hike 28 miles? Gotta get some sleep. And the warmer you are, the better and more sound you're gonna sleep. So if you wake up every 20 minutes to pull something or to readjust, or you're kind of in the fetal position all night long, and then your hips start to hurt, it's just tough. Maybe I'm just old. Well, that's not, there's no maybe, I am old, and I guess if you're 22, you can do it. So what I have here is the Western Mountaineering Alpinlite. So some bag companies will just do the same name, and they'll just say you can order it in a broad or a standard or a just small length or standard length or a long length. Not Western Mountaineering. They have all these different bag names for basically the same bag, only that this one's a little bit wider and this one's a little bit longer. So this is very, very similar to the Western Mountaineering Ultralight, which is a big favorite on long trails because it is a mummy bag, and it is about, don't quote me on this, I think it's around 30 ounces, 29 ounces. So the Zpacks is 27, but this is a 5 degree. I think the 10 degree is about 26, and this is about 32. Yeah, it's 5 inches or 5 ounces more. But babies, the degree of warmth, and this is a 20 degree bag. You know, this is a 5 degree bag. This is a 20, and it sleeps twice as warm. So, and my theory on that is baffling. I'm not baffled by the baffling. The neck baffles on this are very, very generous. The zipper baffling is very, very generous. The zipper on this, magnificent. You will never, ever catch a zipper at 3 a.m. and you're giving it this thing while you got to go out and pee. Magnificent. So they make a lot of different temperature ratings. This is 20. My guess is this would, I've taken this down to 30, and I didn't even bother zipping up the top. So there's something to it. It's not just down. It's not just the weight of the down, because I think these both have about the same weight of down fill. It's about how do you contain drafts. And this has the old style that we all know and love hood. Now, it's not a real deep hood. There are some bags that have a much deeper hood, but all I really needed is to contain my pillow, which it works great at that. With the hoodless sleeping bags or quilts, the pillow's going to be all over the place. Yeah, they make some, I think Big Agnes makes a couple. It's got some Velcro where you get the just Big Agnes pillow and the Big Agnes pad, and they stick together. But I don't like getting pairs of stuff. So the just hood is not great, but it's close enough. Look at the size of this pole. I mean, that's a real shock cord. Nothing gonna go south on that one. This one is about 64 inches, I believe. Just trying to recall. It's much wider than this. So let's talk about that for a second. If you're gonna have a quilt, then you're probably gonna be wearing it down puffy at night. And if it gets too tight, you're compressing stuff. One of my theories on why this one's colder is that it's a little snug on me. I'm 6 foot, and when I zip it all the way up, it's a little bit snug. But it's so this is a little bit looser so that the down doesn't compress. So if your hip joint is going like this, you can see that gets really thin right there. Just anywhere where you're compressing the down, even on top of you, or your elbow or your shoulder, if that's compressed like that, that's going to be a cold spot. Because look, there's like 1/8 inch of air between my fingers there. So that's one of the theories of why I think this one's colder, is it's a little too snug for me. They do make a broad, which is cavernous. I think it's like 65 inches at the chest, 65 at the waist, and 40 at the feet. So while we're on that thought, this is about 39 inches at the foot box, and this is about 38. But they look bigger, don't? So this one just feels more comfortable. This one kind of has comes to a point, and this one comes to a blunt edge. So I like the foot box in this one more. I would say if you don't like having your feet compressed, you know how your feet are kind of like in a little ball at the end. If you don't like that, then I'd say at least a 39-inch foot box. Gotta have that length. They make them in 40s. I think the biggest I've seen on real bags that you would use to hike with was about 42. So I'm sticking with the mummy bags. Now this is a Western Mountaineering. It's not a cheap bag, but you kind of get what you pay for. And if you take care of these kind of things, you're going to get 10, 15 years out of it. You keep it clean. You don't put too filthy of your body right against it. You maybe use a cocoon to just keep it clean, but it's going to last a long time. There are very few investments that I think are worth it. But man, being warm and being dry is pretty important. When you're 3 days from the next town, it's pretty important to feel like you're fine. You can do it. It's cold. I don't care. Because boy, when you're 5 miles out and it's cold, you're just thinking, I'm gonna put my bag up and jump in that bag so fast it's gonna make your head spin. You're like, can't wait for that tent to go up, can't wait. so I think it's worth it. I think if you're 22 and you can sleep cold and it's not that big, that's fine. If you don't want to, if you're like a 6-pound base weight backpacker, you're not gonna want a mummy. They do make, I think they make one more lighter than the ultralight of this version, but it's still gonna not be as light as a quilt. So I'm gonna sell this blue one. I'm gonna put it up on eBay. I used another one this summer. I'm gonna use this one once if anybody wants to buy this. The 10 degree sells for $419 at Zpacks. Now this is a 5 degree. So those are my thoughts on quilt versus a hoodless sleeping bag versus a completely mummy sleeping bag. I hope you like that, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.